I come with no other agenda than desperately trying to help people who are in need, and I see that as part of my role.
Parents often tear up when they see their children grow, and royal parents feel the same way. Kate Middleton and Prince William become emotional, especially when they have watched Princess Charlotte transform from a shy toddler into a confident young royal. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge treasure many touching moments in their daughter's growth, from her first confident wave to the crowds to her growing awareness of royal duties. One particular event stood out the most, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Some parents are lucky to have relationships with their children that give off an extra special vibe, and that's exactly how it feels when people see Prince William and Charlotte together. It's not just about being royal or having fancy titles, but about a warm, genuine connection that's easy to spot. In a world where royal traditions can feel stiff and formal, seeing their affectionate bond is refreshing. William even has a special nickname for Charlotte, mignonette, a French word meaning small, sweet, and delicate. Kate and William have faced countless public challenges, but nothing prepared them for the emotional shock of seeing Charlotte's unexpected transformation, bringing tears to their eyes. People first noticed this bond during a visit to the Chelsea Flower Show, and it fit her personality perfectly. William genuinely sees her for who she is, his one and only little girl, and it's heartwarming. Their bond is strengthened by shared interests, like Charlotte's love for dancing, which reminds William of Princess Diana's passion for dance. Some of their sweetest moments include attending Taylor Swift concerts, going to shows at the Royal Opera House, and even taking a helicopter ride to the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Despite royal pressures, their relationship remains strong, with William being naturally protective of her, like when he helped fix her hair during a public event. Royal expert Jenny Bond even noted that while William deeply loves all his children, he may have a soft spot for sporty Charlotte. Their affection is evident in big royal events, like during King Charles's first Trooping the Colour, when Charlotte instinctively pulled her dad's hands closer for a tighter hug, making their bond feel even more genuine and relatable. Kate Middleton, on the other hand, has mastered balancing royal life and motherhood, ensuring her children grow up grounded while embracing their royal roles. Raising a princess while maintaining normalcy isn't easy, yet Kate does it effortlessly, switching between royal duties and everyday mom tasks. At Wimbledon, she was seen gently brushing Charlotte's hair aside and offering words of encouragement, showing their strong bond. Kate prioritizes giving her children a sense of normalcy, attending school runs, Christmas fairs, and sports matches, proving she's a hands-on mom despite her high-profile role. Instead of formally teaching royal etiquette, she integrates it into daily life, preparing Charlotte for events in a way that feels natural rather than overwhelming. As a result, Charlotte exudes confidence, evident during events like the Westminster Abbey Christmas Carol concert, where she appeared poised and graceful. Kate's parenting isn't just about royal duties but also emotional growth, fostering a loving environment where her children know it's okay to express their feelings. Ultimately, what makes Kate's approach so special is its authenticity. It's not a polished PR act but a devoted mother giving her children the foundation for a happy, balanced life. Despite their public grace and composure, even Kate and William couldn't hold back tears when they saw what had happened to Princess Charlotte. Charlotte. One thing's for sure, this story is packed with unexpected emotion and royal reality. Stay with us, because by the end, you'll understand why this moment left everyone stunned. Emotional milestones that touch their hearts. Princess Charlotte's journey from an adorable toddler to a young royal is one of those stories that makes you go, wow, she's really grown up so fast. Honestly, when you think back to her first little milestones, it's like watching the world's most public scrapbook unfold. And let's be real, who doesn't love seeing a tiny royal handle all those big moments with grace and charm? From her early school days to learning all those intricate royal protocols, Charlotte's story is filled with these heartwarming, sometimes even tear-jerking, moments that make her parents, and the public, smile in admiration. Remember her first big move from Wilcox Nursery to Thomas's Battersea? That was such a huge step for her. Can you imagine being that young and having your school transition discussed by the entire world? Most of us barely made it through our own first day of school without wanting to run back to our parents. But Charlotte handled it like a little pro. She was all set to join her big brother George at big school, and just the thought of those two going off together must have made William and Kate's hearts swell. It was a proud moment for sure, and one that made the world go, ah, they grow up so quickly. Now, those first public appearances were everything. You could already see that confident little spark in her, the one that's kind of become her signature now. And let's not forget those adorable photos William and Kate shared when she was leaving nursery in 2018. Honestly, if you didn't melt a little looking at those, are you even human? The way she stayed composed and poised, even when all eyes were on her, was just so endearing. Of course, her parents were always right there, giving her that gentle guidance and reassurance. Isn't it sweet how they always seemed to know when she needed just a little nudge or a comforting smile? Speaking of learning the ropes, or in her case, royal protocols, Charlotte has absolutely nailed it. Can you imagine being a kid and having to remember all those formal greetings, waves, and handshakes? It's a lot. But Charlotte took it all in stride, like when she curtsied perfectly during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. That was such a moment. Imagine being so young and understanding the gravity of such a solemn event. And then, there was Kate's comforting hand on her back. That moment just said everything, didn't it? It was like, even when things got heavy, her mom was right there to support her. But here's the thing, it's not just about following protocols or making appearances. It's about how Charlotte learned to handle the attention. And wow, did she learn quickly. There was a time in 2019 when she cheekily stuck out her tongue at the crowds during that sailing regatta. Body language experts always point out how confident and independent she is, and you can see it in the way she often walks at public events without holding her parents' hands. Fast forward to her more recent appearances, like that together at Christmas carol service. She was so poised, so aware of everything she needed to do, it was honestly kind of impressive. That transformation from a curious toddler learning the ropes to this young girl who just gets it is pretty amazing. And you can bet William and Kate are beyond proud of her. They beam with pride, and you can totally feel it, especially when she handles tricky situations with a level of maturity that seems way beyond her years. Charlotte's impact on family dynamics. Princess Charlotte might just be the glue that holds the Wales family together in those day-to-day moments. You know those kids who seem to have this effortless mix of charm, leadership, and just a little bit of cheekiness? That's Charlotte. And believe it or not, her influence in the family is way more significant than most people realize. She's not just the cute kid in the photos or the little girl waving politely at royal events, she's got her own way of shaping how her family interacts and stays connected. Let's talk about her relationship with her brothers for a second. She's kind of like a mini-mom, but in the most endearing way possible. They call her the Louis Whisperer for a reason. It's like she has this magical ability to keep little Prince Louis in check. Can you imagine trying to get a 4-year-old to behave at official events with cameras flashing everywhere? But somehow, Charlotte manages it with just a gentle hint here, a little nudge there. She'll reach out and hold his hand or whisper a quick reminder when she sees him getting a little too playful. And it's not like she's bossy, it's more like she genuinely cares about him. Isn't that the sweetest thing? And Louis, oh boy, he just adores her. He watches her closely and loves to copy whatever she does. It's like she's his role model in kid form. If Charlotte's standing still and waving properly, you can bet Louis is 2 seconds away from doing the same. It's like a little game they play, but one that somehow works to keep everything running smoothly. It makes you wonder, how does such a young kid already have this knack for guiding her younger brother? And it's not just Louis she keeps an eye on, she's got her big brother George in her sights too. At public events, you can often see her glancing over to make sure everything's okay. It's almost like she's got this radar for family dynamics. She knows when to step in and when to just let things be. She's like the unspoken little coordinator of the siblings, making sure no one strays too far from the plan. It's kind of incredible to think how someone so young can naturally take on that role, isn't it? But her role doesn't stop at just wrangling her brothers. Charlotte also has a big presence during family events, and her maturity is starting to shine more and more. What's fascinating is how Charlotte's personality is even influencing William and Kate's parenting style. It's like they've adapted to her natural independence and caring nature. They're not just raising their kids to follow rules, they're raising them to express their emotions and have open conversations. That's pretty modern for a royal family, right? It shows that William and Kate really get that each of their kids has a unique personality and deserves to be supported in their own way. Charlotte's strength and leadership haven't made her parents forget that she's still a kid, though. They make sure she gets to enjoy her own interests, whether it's ballet classes or outdoor adventures. They plan family activities that let her personality shine while also making sure her brothers get the attention they need. It's a balancing act, but it's one that seems to work really well for them. Doesn't that sound like the kind of parenting we all hope for? And there's this subtle thing going on with Charlotte's future, too. Even though she's a princess now, things might change when George becomes the heir. Titles can shift, roles can change, but William and Kate are making sure Charlotte knows she's valued no matter what. They're preparing her for a meaningful role in life, one that matches her natural gifts of leadership and caring. It's like they're setting her up to thrive, no matter what the future holds. When you think of royals, you picture calm, collected figures who rarely show raw emotion. But this time, even Kate Middleton and Prince William couldn't hide their tears. Why? This story is about more than royal life, it's about the kind of change that touches the heart. Yule. Princess Charlotte's early years are shaping up to be quite different from what anyone might expect for a young royal. And honestly, isn't that a breath of fresh air? It feels like her parents, Prince William and Kate, are striking this really delicate balance, like they're juggling two completely different worlds at once. They have to get her ready for the whole royal life thing, but at the same time, they want her to have the freedom to explore a life beyond the palace walls. It's kind of like preparing someone to live on two different planets. Seriously, how do you even do that? Well, they're definitely giving it a shot. From the outside, it looks like they're building a game plan that's both rooted in royal tradition and open to modern possibilities. You know, like that perfect mix of old and new, sort of like combining a classic vintage dress with a pair of trendy sneakers. And it makes sense, right? Charlotte is third in line to the throne. That's a big deal. But what if she doesn't end up ruling? What if she wants to follow a completely different path? The plan William and Kate are laying out is one that keeps her options wide open. So, here's the thing, preparing her for royal duties isn't just about teaching her to wave to crowds or smile for photos. Oh no, it goes way beyond that. They're giving her some seriously specialized training, stuff that most of us could only dream of. She's learning things like tactical driving, and she might even get training from the Special Air Services, the SAS. And there's more. She's also getting a solid grounding in things like international relations and constitutional history. Sounds intense, right? But it makes sense. After all, her future could involve meeting world leaders, understanding diplomacy, and navigating the kind of complexities that would make most people's heads spin. It's like they're giving her a tool belt with everything she might need, just in case. And you know what's really interesting? William and Kate are making it pretty clear that they don't want Charlotte to feel trapped by her royal title. They're genuinely hoping she'll grow up expecting to have a career, not just be a full-time royal. That's a huge shift from the way things used to be. Remember how it was for previous generations? Royals were pretty much locked into their roles. But not Charlotte. William and Kate are setting the stage for her to carve out her own path. So, whether Charlotte grows up to take on full-time royal duties or does something no one's even thought of yet, one thing's clear, she's being given every chance to thrive. And isn't that what every kid deserves, royal or not? With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.